Now, the Ghana National Fire Service is worried about what they describe as public intrusion and obstruction during emergencies. The service says the invasion of its work and space affects the psychological performance of firefighters, as they most often waste precious time confronting the crowd instead of dousing the flames. On your screens now is a copy of a statement released by the Ghana National Fire Service, and you see excerpts of it there. Probably let me just read excerpts of it to you right now. The Ghana National Fire Service wishes to express its worry over public intrusion and obstruction during emergencies. Now, the statement continues to say that officers and men attending to emergency situations, including fires, accidents, explosions, etc., should be given the needed space to operate and deliver the best results. During accidents, there is often spillage of fuel and other dangerous combustible substances. These could, of course, threaten life, and of course, the Ghana National Fire Service is worried about that, indicating that those chemicals could lead to explosion. Now, point 3 of the statement indicates that heckling and invasion of workspaces and then the workspace of fire officers during the performance of their mandate affects their psychological performance and decision making. It goes on to say that these also tend to waste the precious time needed for firefighting and rescue operations, since the officers have to manage crowd control. And that's the concern of the Ghana National Fire Service. They go on to say that we entreat all well-meaning Ghanaians to help educate the general public to desist from always running into emergency scenes, as this has the potential to result to mass casualties. We will want to remind the general public not to hesitate to call on us for emergency on our emergency lines. That's 192 and 112 immediately they encounter fires, accidents and related emergencies. We encourage the public to adhere to the best safety practices as the Ghana National Fire Service is indicating in their statement there. Meanwhile, the Director of Public Relations at the service, ACFO1, Timothy Osafo Afum, says he'll be, of course, joining us to have some conversations on this. But we first of all bring you a report by Love FM's Mona Lisa Frimpong, and thereafter we could have a conversation on this.
Buildings located next to the Ajakum building in Edum serves as a hub for wholesale and retail of provisions and general goods. The fire started around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Eyewitnesses claim a power outage which occurred around that time sparked the fire. Before the arrival of the Ghana National Fire Service, some shop owners and passerbys tried using their own means to douse the flames.
Lights no call off no. Any bear 5 minutes almost so and yet 5 to 10 minutes. And who say we say free Abronsano so eba. It's there you started say JB Dastro near Roche say call. The rain inside on near lockdown no. And tamam from craft fire extinguisher yes almost the good ejanim. Almost try ya name to me who say ajiwo man say because a house your wholesale and Crawford to ammonia and one tomato stands from there wholesale. It's an man in the major near day. A chic
JK Bempe, a victim of the incident, spoke to JoyNews.
We didn't pick anything. Everything is gone.
Though no casualties were recorded, the destruction to large numbers of wares was visible. Deputy Regional Fire Commander Rashid Nisau advises individuals to be extra cautious as we are in the Harmattan season.
We have managed to contain the fire. Major problem that we are experiencing at the moment is the poor housekeeping. Exactly pure, because we realize that the way they heap things, it has gone as up to what? The ceiling. So when you drop water, it's difficult for the water to penetrate. So it is poor housekeeping that has delayed a little, but we have managed to put the fire under control. And of course, the public are giving us a tough time to have access to firefighting. And you have seen we calling in the police to come and assist with controlling the crowd here. So everything is still under investigation as I speak to you. During fire investigations, the owners will be contacted. If the owners are contacted, they will come and they will give us the estimated cost of what? Damage. It will be part of our investigations to be able to assess, to ascertain whether the building is still habitable or not.
Well, let's now speak to Timothy Osanfo Afum, who's the Director of Public Relations at the Ghana National Fire Service. He's joining us via Zoom. First of all, let's understand what you mean by public intrusion and obstruction during emergencies. It appears that we're having some challenges, but if you could hear me say, I was asking by I was asking for more clarity on what you mean by public intrusion. If you could just provide some more clarity on that in the statement that you released.
Well, thank you very much. You realize that elsewhere, when emergencies occur, you see people moving away from the incident scene. But here in our country, when incidents occur, you rather see people trooping in, sometimes to the extent that they try to take, when it is firefighting, they try to take hoses from the firefighters, which does not go well with our activities. If it is accident, you see them trying to carry the patients. And that is why we are saying that they should give us space and enough room to operate. Because, for instance, if it is an accident and you don't take time and you hurt the spine of the victim, that is forever, you have rendered the person incapable of walking again. That is why we are asking that in instances of emergencies and we arrive, they should give us the room to operate.
It appears that you are concerned about the public. The public is also concerned about you because there are already concerns that the fire service most often do not arrive on time at the fire scene, and that's resulting into the intrusion that you're complaining about. How about such cases?
Right. Arrival at incident scenes does not solely depend on the fire service. Arrival depends on the time the call is made to us. Most often, people try their hands on the situation, and if they fail, before they get in touch with us. In such circumstances, you may think that once an incident occurred, the fire service should be able to know that an incident has occurred. No, we need to be informed before we're able to know that there is an incident and we need to get to the scene to give the needed help. So it is not about the fire service delaying, but it is about the time that the victims or whoever is around call, and the call is placed to the fire service. Once we receive the call, we set off. Now, there is also the situation where outside of the main cities, like in the districts, you have just one fire station in a district. So in such circumstances, depending on where the incident occurs, it may seem as if we have delayed, but it is not our fault.
Is that to suggest that you are always prompt on the scenes?
Yes, for us, we are always prompt. For example, I have what we call the radio set. This radio set is what we use for communication. And anytime a call is placed, the control room announces to the nearest station to proceed. And from my monitoring, we are always on time and prompt.
If you have any final caution for the public, you have the opportunity now, sir.
Yes. My caution to the public is that we should take a cue from what happened at Apiache and always get away from emergency scenes. Simply because if it is a building structure, we have the techniques and the know-how to know when a building is about to collapse. You who has trooped in there, you don't know. And therefore, if there is any building collapse, it may affect you. Also, in an emergency scene, there could be an explosion or a sudden fire outbreak. And so if it is an accident, please give us space and let us work so that if some of these incidents do occur, it does not affect the public.
I'm grateful, ACFO Timothy, for your time here on The Pulse. We return after this short break. Stay with us.